I'm Greg Shapiro, and let's square up politics. Labor Secretary Chavez Deremer exits amid probe. Third woman to leave Trump cabinet in weeks. The former Oregon Congresswoman, Lori Chavez Deremer, announced her departure on Monday. Her exit as Labor Secretary follows the removals of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem and Attorney General Bondi, making a notable pattern at the highest levels of government. LGBTQ plus advocates quickly noticed this development. Human rights campaign's Laurel Powell told the advocate, quote, "The damage she did to LGBTQ plus Americans by leading the administration's campaign against workplace inclusion is incalculable. Her tenure at the Labor Department couldn't end soon enough," end quote. Earlier this year, the Labor Department faced scrutiny over complaints, including misuse of resources and personal travel during official trips. The New York Times reported that Lori's husband had been barred from the department headquarters after two staffers accused him of sexual assault. Her chief of staff, deputy chief of staff, and the security aide have all already exited. A few officials were forced out of the department as the inquiry expanded. However, White House Communications Director Steven Cheung claims that Chavez Deremer is leaving the administration to take a position in the private sector, adding, quote, that she, quote, has done a phenomenal job protecting American workers, end quote. Good riddance to fucking bad rubbish. And this sow doesn't give a fuck about American workers. So I'm just wondering how long before Scott Besant is put out to pasture along with Cash Patel and horny Hegseth. Also, the words private sector terrify me because these people, they're just going to continue to be crazy motherfuckers in other places.
Tell us what you really think.
They're going to be around.
Tell us what you really think.
It's coming from me, not from him.
Keep going. Yes, that's right. Because all opinions, you know the rest. Yeah. Anyway, I just want to say the only thing happening in the private sector seems to be what her husband's doing in her office when he shouldn't be, when he probably shouldn't be there. But, you know, he probably holds traditional values where he needs to be with his wife at every moment. And she needs to be with him. Trad wife, you know, it's like, okay, honey, you're going to work, but I'm going to be with you because I got to supervise you. So that's what that sounds like. And, you know, it's what's really troubling is that it's the third woman who is being let go of from the Trump administration. Now,
not that they were competent.
No.
I mean, I was going to speak to that fact as well because
they're not.
It is a pattern. But no one in his administration is competent, least of whom is Cash Patel, who gets wasted and then hides in his room.
I thought you were going to say least of all the women in that.
Well labor equality. Labor equality, some of the men have to go too.
Yeah, well, none of these women should have had the positions in the first
Because
place.
they're women?
Because they're incompetent. Just like most of Trump's cabinet. But the fact that he is woman. There are plenty other people in his administration that need to go and have been getting really bad press, but he's going after the woman.
But I wonder
because he's a misogynist.
I wonder if we can find a list of the women that work in the administration, because then we'll know exactly who's going to be next, because it'll be all the women first before the men go, if the men go at all.
Caroline Leavitt, maybe?
Caroline Leavitt, okay, and then we have his chief of staff. What's her name? Susie Wiles.
Smiles.
Susie Wiles never smiles. That kind of rhymes. Susie Wiles never smiles. Yeah.
Well, so it will be a mystery. Who will it be next?
Let's use our crystal ball.
Will it be?
I vote for Miss Besant.
Okay, Miss Besant. Miss Gosha Besant.
And when it happens, you'll hear about it here on Queer News Tonight.
We look forward to talking about it.
Yes. There is no other queer new nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.